What's going on, everyone? This is Eric, and we're going to be going over some of the tournament games from this past weekend over at Spooky Nook for 15U. Unfortunately, we're unable to get the first game you guys played because it was off-site, I believe. Wherever it wasn't streamed. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is with the 15s. You know, you guys are the youngest of the group, so I guess some of the cameras don't go and film you guys. Now, with that said, if any enterprising parent wants to go ahead and film as well, you might even get better footage, and I'll be more than happy to upload them and do all the analysis on them. But 3 out of 4 games is not terrible. And we're going to go over some of the numbers here and kind of highlight what how you guys are doing with respect to shot selection and some of the metrics that are kind of important for your age group. Now, again, it's important to stress that there's a real difference between you guys and 16, 17s with respect to how demanding I am for good analytical shots. You know, when you get up to more 16 and 17, you're really going to want to only be taking layups and threes. But at 15, it's not the end of the world. Okay, let's put it that way. Although I will say that it's good to learn this stuff, and certainly coaches should already start teaching these kids, what good shots are as they get further in their development, and they're going to be asked to do one of those two things and one of those two things only. At 15, though, those quote unquote bad twos may not be as bad for a kid who just certainly just isn't strong enough to make the three. I'd rather them to get at least practice shooting from somewhere. But if you are strong enough and able to make threes, then I'm going to be a little bit stronger with you when you take the bad twos, which are just bad analytical shots. And again, depending who I'm addressing here, coaches, you should be a little less demanding of them, of those kind of like smaller kids that can't really make the threes. But if you can make the threes, then you should make them take them, unless they can get to the rim. Okay. So again, we don't really care too much about wins, losses. What we do care about are the internal numbers. Now, I do think that the 3 games that I had were all 3 losses. And I imagine they're going to show some poor numbers, but let's take a look at what we need here. So again, the 3 main stats we're looking for are effective field goal percentage, turnover rate, and offensive rebound percentage. And from effective field goal percentage, we're really looking for 45%. And for turnover rate, under 20. I'd be great if it was under 15, but under 20 is fine for you guys. And offensive rebound percentage, we want hopefully above 30. So this first game against Code Elite or Ellie, I think it was Code Elite, you kind of were below par on at least 2 of the 3 of them. Effective field goal percentage of 32% is just not going to work out. I mean, it's not going to travel to other types of teams, and we have to work on it. That's the best way I could describe it. Offensive rebound percentage, again, very, very low. Now, it could just be that you're just playing a team that's just really way too big and you're just not going to be able to get rebounds, and that's possible. Um, Turnover rate, 14%. That's something that you can control to some degree. So we'll kind of take a look at that. Let's take a look at the shot chart from this game. And again, I'm not going to make the biggest deal of it, but I would love to eliminate as many of these shots as possible. These what I call bad twos. So right now, there's 1, 5, 6, 7 out of 49 bad twos. I'm not asking you to completely eliminate these, but what I will say is that if you can keep them to 10% of your total shot selection, I think that's a very reasonable request. Now, again, coaches, you can tell me whether you think these are good bad twos or bad twos, but let's just take a look at this. This is for Sean. See, I'm not a big fan of this one, even at 15. You just don't make that one often enough to justify taking it. And these, floaters, which I've spoken to Chris at length, I don't particularly think are good shots, but yeah, a little reckless there. Um, I would also like to ask real quick. Is that Cam? Let me go back to that for a second. Take a look at these again. 1 second. Yeah, okay, that was Cam. Yeah, and Cam, the thing is I know you can make threes. So you don't really need to be taking those bad twos. All right. So the shot chart was overall, not terrible, okay, but I would like to kind of eliminate these a little bit, And again, if you want to click through these misses and see whether, they were contested or uncontested or whatever, that's something you can do. But overall, shot selection is just fair. This is obviously no good being able to only finish at the rim 3 of 11 shots. So the best I can say is that finish strong, I suppose, and try to eliminate these from your repertoire as much as possible. Let's take a look at the stats in this game and see what can stand out here. So Luka was 4 for 9 from three. That's excellent. I mean, that's extraordinarily good. So you of all people, I mean, there's no reason for you to be taking those floaters that are only worth 2 points and you're not even making them all that often. You should be able to either get all the way to the rim or take a three. Now Bryson is 0 for 5 and Cam is 1 for 6. Now again, this is for coaches to decide, whether this is indicative of somebody that shouldn't be taking these or it's just variance and you know whether these are open threes with someone with the skill set to make them because only 5 or 6 or 10 shots is not really representative of much. So again, you could click through these and go through them. The 4 turnovers for Sean and 3 for Cam. That's something again that could be looked at. Now, again, the good thing about Sean's 4 turnovers were offset by 4 steals, which is good, and Cam's 3 turnovers were offset by 3 steals, which is really good. But again, if you wanted to, you can go ahead and click through these, and you could see those clips. But overall, tough game, tough opponent. You didn't shoot particularly well. Your shot selection was just okay. I mean, not the end of the world though, because you're going to run into teams like that sometimes. All right, let's go to next game I have here, and actually, like all three of these games are going to probably look pretty ugly, but we will embrace it a little bit. So let's go to BBD and take a look and see what these stats look like. Yeah, 29% effective field goal percentage. That's not even close. And that's all right. That's not good. And the offensive rebound percentage, the 15% is really poor. But this number in the middle, this 39% turnover rate, that is extraordinarily bad. Okay. So I mean, look at this shooting. I mean, obviously this is no good, right? 1 for 10 from two, 6 for 24 from three. And I really don't want to harp too much on it. But let's take a look at the shot chart and take a look and see how we distribute the shots at least. Um, I mean, at least, well, we only see here's the problem. Okay. First of all, these 4 shots are not great. The problem is this is gonna sound kind of strange. You actually were I mean, you were pretty good from three, right? Actually, no, 1 for 5, 0 for 7, 3 for 4. So you made some. 6 for what's this? 6 for 24. That's not the end of the world. The problem here is weird is this number, 34. So what does that mean? It means you only took 34 shots. And the reason why you only took 34 shots is because of this turnover rate of 39%. So like you take a look at your opponent here, and your opponent's effective field goal percentage was obviously much better. It was 46%. Okay, fine, fair enough. Okay. And they didn't turn the ball over. They rebounded more. They basically kicked your butts in all three categories. However, Okay. The thing is, they shot 58 times compared to your 34 times. Now, I don't care how well you shoot. If one team is shooting 58 times and the other is only shooting 34, then the team shooting 58 times is going to win. And the reason why they shot 58 times is because they didn't have a 39% turnover rate. So you have to, and I will promise you this, that if you had to rate these numbers, the effective field goal percentage, the turnover rate, and the offensive rebound percentage, based on what is more impactful to wins, at your age group, effective field goal percentage is actually less important than turnover rate. When you get up to 16s, then it's and 17s, it's effective field goal percentage all day. But in your age group, turnover rate is almost, if not more important. So this 39% turnover rate is really, really poor, and it's something you really need to look into. Um, First of all, we can look at it individually here. I mean, you have Skyler with 6 turnovers and Bryson with 6 turnovers. So again, you could go ahead and click through these. You want to do this just for Bryson, just for this hell of it. All right. You know what? Everybody's going to see these at some point this season. So it's good instead of like getting upset about, just embrace it, and say, okay, how can I improve? You know? Okay. See what we do here. You had a good shot. It's a good play by him, but it's got to be a little stronger. But again, the point is that you're just never going to be competitive with this level of turnovers. So there's again, this is going out to coaches and to kids, I guess, as well. There's only two ways to improve your turnovers. Number one is to improve the skills, and three ways. Two is to improve the scheme, and three to improve the decision making. Okay, and the focus. Skills you cannot change overnight, but yeah, you got to learn how to pass better and dribble better, right? Scheme, something for the coaches. If you really feel that you're turning the ball over too much and you're unable to improve the skill level, then you have to make the offense more simple and not have so much going on. Um, but focus is an interesting thing also. Like I feel like a lot of turnovers, yes, are due to skill issues, but a lot of them are due to focus issues, and that is something that you can work on. It's not for the purposes of this discussion, but that is important. Um, okay, let's move on, I guess, to the final game, which is the DC Blue Devils game. Another kind of disappointing performance here. Let's take a look at the numbers overall. Yeah, and this is another one. 29% effective field goal percentage, not good. Offensive rebound percentage, not good. But the turnover rate, again, that is the issue that concerns me. I mean, 1 of 18 from three, obviously that's not good. Okay. Let's take a look at the shot chart here. And shot chart. Again, this is not, I don't want to kill you on this. But what you could do, again, I mean, you guys were 2 for 1 million from three. At your age group, it is worth considering, to look at these and say, okay, who's taking them? Are they contested versus uncontested? Well, they actually gave that a 3. It wasn't. That was actually a bad 2 by Grant. See, I can't give you crap about that one, Cam. I mean, you're wide open. You know. Let's see. Now, see, that one is a little bit too contested for me, Grant. But again, this is for the coach to deal with, right? And if you want to look at it as kids, I mean, you can look at that as well. Let's take a look at the stats from this game. We'll take a look at the turnovers. I think that really is the takeaway for DC Blue Devils. Yeah, 5 turnovers for Skyler, 4 for Grant. Hey, we got Bryson last game. Let's get Grant this one. And Grant, I'll tell you that I got your brother. Believe me, I got plenty of clips with your brother and his turnovers. So you're not alone. Let's take a look. Ooh, try to slick one there. I almost don't even want to yell at you for that, you know? We weren't winning anyway. Maybe take a shot. Let's see. Oh, see that I don't think that's particularly fair to give you that one, Grant. So, but that's why it's good to look through these. Now that one I'm going to give you. Anyway, um, tough weekend. Okay, and you're going to come across some good teams, and I think you faced three of them, honestly. Now, does that mean you guys couldn't have shot better? Of course not. I mean, you certainly could have shot better. Does that mean you couldn't have taken a little bit better shot selection? Yeah, maybe. Okay. The turnovers. Is it possible that you could have maybe limited turnovers a little bit? I mean, I think so. Um, Again, it's up to coaches to really go through and see what turnovers are avoidable and what aren't. But overall, don't get frustrated. Okay, you're all improving, and I'm looking forward to some bigger and better things. I don't know if you're going to be playing in Boston this weekend. If so, good luck there. And that's going to do it. Good luck, everybody. Wait, hold on. Not good luck, everybody yet. I did want to look at the stats for the season. Let's take a look real quick. All season, again, I just wanted to just again challenge you guys individually to either be able to shoot 45% from two or 30% from three for the season. So let's see who's doing that for me. Yeah, from two, we got a couple. Amari, he only played 2 games though. Skylar, Cam, Bryson, all you guys doing pretty decently there. From three, you guys are it's actually we have a couple doing well. Grant 5 for 15, 33%. I actually like that. That's pretty good. Luca 33%. That's pretty good. Everybody else is struggling, I'll have to say. Um, but aside from that, look at Skylar, 0 for 4, Bryson 2 for 14. So that's something we have to look at. Coaches have to see who should be taking threes, who shouldn't, and whatever. But again, we're all learning. Everybody's just trying to develop here, so it's not the end of the world. Okay, that's going to do it. Good luck, everybody.